Hey everybody, Damien here. Welcome back to Disturbing Creations Pets. And if you've seen my channel, then you know that we rescued this bearded dragon about a year ago. I named him Spike. I just got this new terrarium for him and built him a cage, something nice and big, and we just did a video on that. It got a lot of hits and people seem to like the bearded dragon, and Spike's just such a nice mannered young man. So today I'm going to show you how to feed your bearded dragon for free for life. For life. Now, if you like this idea, please give Spike a thumbs up, subscribe and share, and leave Spike a comment and tell us how cute he is. All right, let's get into this video. So I just got finished feeding Spike his superworms. You see he's looking down in there to see if there's any more, if I'm gonna put them in there or not. He's like, hey buddy, I already had 5. I want more, I'm an adult. So let's look at these stages. So normally I keep some of the superworms in here, but as you can see, there's a pupa down in there. You see that one? And let's look at one up close here. So this is the pupa, right? And that's what your mealworm is going to turn into. This little weird looking thing that almost looks like it's dead. Doesn't look like a worm anymore. It's starting to change into something else. But it's not dead, I promise you. Watch, it'll move when I touch it. Ooh, that's weird. See, it's the tail. It's protecting itself. See, it's inside that thing right there, turning into a beetle. So then once the beetles are alive, the beetles can fly. So these can't fly. You can leave your mealworms in a container like this. Put some dirt in the bottom. I sprinkle a little water in every once in a while, and then I throw things in there like potatoes. And I'll leave the potato in there for like 3 or 4 days, and I'll take it out, you know? So we've got one there. So we have one guy here, one here changing, and I think this is one as well. So I had 3 in there, and they're all changing to beetles now. It took me 2 months. That one, and this little one right here. Which is good because now I can, once they become beetle, I can make my own. So let's see, now these. Okay, so you see those 2 little black guys in there squirming around? Those are the beetles. Those are my beetles. And they'll lay like a couple hundred eggs. So I don't know if they're male and female. I don't know how to sex them yet. I just have the 2, but that's what they turn from. They go from the worm. You just have to keep them for like 2 months. You have to separate them. Like, once those turn to beetles, I had to separate them, you know? So the beetles will eat the pupas and the worms, but the worms won't eat each other. The worms do molt and shed their skin. So now these little beetles, after feeding them, will lay eggs. Then I'll start getting baby worms in here. Once I get baby worms in here, I take the beetles out. The crawly little beetles, take them out and give them a new home so that the worms can grow into mealworms, and then I feed my dragon for free now. So those are the beetles. I would take the beetle out, but the beetles can fly and I don't want to agitate them. So we're just gonna put them all back together, and those are the 3 stages. You go from worm to the cocoon pupa to the full beetle, you know? Well, to egg. There's 4 stages. And this is how you don't have to pay for mealworms anymore. You just take some of your mealworms, grow them, throw some food in there you don't want, check them every couple of days, sprinkle a little water in there, and that's it. So I just caught them between the pupa and the adult stages. Oh, it's pretty cool. So like That one's a pupa, and the orange one next to it is an adult, and that one's an adult. So two of them have already crossed over to adult, and then they'll turn brown. And those are the baby beetles now. See? And then those baby beetles will have babies. I don't know where their pupa thing went, or maybe they just changed and they don't even have a cage. I don't know. It's weird. So they go from the pupa to that. Now, I did get mealworms today because our farm isn't done yet. So I got 25 superworms, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to take them out and show you. So they start as this, these little worm things, segments. They look like humongous maggots. Then they turn into the pupa, that thing that looks almost like a dead bug. And then they turn to that orange thing right there. And then that's like a teenager. And then they turn into the adult, like that little thing crawling around down there. So there's two of them in there. So now we're gonna have eventually 5 adults. So we'll at least have 1 female and 1 male in between 5. You're not gonna just have 5 males or 5 females. And then they'll start laying eggs. So I'm gonna move these adults into this enclosure. So all the beetles will be together. And then I'm gonna put the new worms back in this one. And as I keep feeding the beardy, I give him a couple a week. You know, he's 1.5 years, so I don't give him worms every single day, but I might give him like 5 a week or something like that. I'm mostly trying to keep him on greens. But if I could grow my own super worms and it doesn't really take anything, then that's great. Oh, wow, they laid eggs already. They laid eggs already. Look, look. They did lay eggs. Oh, you see all the little maggot, the little baby worms? They laid eggs. Those are baby super worms. Oh my God. It says it only takes 2 weeks. Whoa, so now I have a superworm farm. Okay, so they're eggs, then they're maggots, then they're worms, then they're pupa, then teenage, then adult, and then back to the worms again. Oh, that's super, super cool. So this is a male and a female here, or they wouldn't have been able to make eggs, and then the eggs wouldn't have hatched and started eating. That is so awesome. So don't buy superworms anymore. Throw a little dirt in 2 containers. Throw some worms in 1 container. Throw some worms in 1 container. Wait 2-3 weeks. I waited a month for them to turn into beetles. This is a month. This is about 3 weeks I waited. And then 2 weeks later with the beetles, I've already got super babies. You know? Sweet. All right, so if you like this kind of stuff, you want to save money, you want to grow your own super worms, you want to keep paying for them, this is how you do it. Leave us a like and a subscribe. So there's all my worms, fresh worms from the store. You just throw them in there. Put some dirt in it. I like a clear container so I can see them burying themselves. And probably once a week, I'll put like a 1/4 cup of water and I'll sprinkle it in there just to keep the dirt wet. And then whatever I have left over, little piece of apple core. There's an apple core. They've ate almost all of it. The worms are just devouring it. They like potato. I put an eggshell in there, but they didn't eat it. I was just experimenting. Look, they're all digging down into the dirt. They like dark places. So you can't just leave this in this. Don't leave this in the sun. They'll all die. Best place to put these is in like a closet or something, you know? So I'm going to let my beetles get acclimated together and see how they act with their little poopa baby over here. So there's 5 of them in here. And I got 20 in here because I fed Spike 20 or 5 as soon as I brought him home. Then what I'll do is once all of these beetles turn to beetles,
So once the pupa turns to a beetle and these two beetles harden up and turn black, I'll take them out of this container and I'll put them in a third container with a wee little bit of dirt, and I'll probably put some sticks and stuff because I don't know if the beetles bury themselves or live on top of the soil, but the worms live under the soil for protection. And I don't want the beetles to start eating the young, eating the, you know what I mean? So I don't want them to eat the little larvas that are all over, the eggs that just hatched. You see the little maggots in there? Those are the baby superworms. Oh, it's so exciting. I'm not paying for superworms ever again.